Baruch Hashem. Praise God. What a beautiful day it is. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Slightly cloudy, slightly foggy. A beautiful day. Shout out to Crypto Yacht. Shout out to Lee. Shout out to Klaus, who says buy the dip. We have a lot to talk about today. Shout out to Super Googly with the super chat. Wants to compare fibs. I don't know if that's appropriate, bro, for this type of content here. Yeah, I don't know if that's appropriate. Shout out to Sandra Smith. While we're waiting for people to come in, want to talk about some things on the charts, guys. We had some very interesting price action the past few days. Want to talk about what I think is going to happen, my current trades, my current plan. Because it's very important to have a plan so that when it happens, we can execute with robotic precision. We will be live momentarily as usual, guys. If we can get this stream up to 500 likes, you already know, I will give away 0.025 Bitcoins. Stay tuned. Hey, shout out to Scotty, or Scotty, who says, sometimes I trade but I don't teach, sometimes I'm a gambler. Sometimes I take trades that are based on confirmations that I cannot share in the Discord or on YouTube because they're very small moves. And if ever I try to post something like that, the move's already done. Move's already done. It's the kind of thing where if you don't have the just most precise entry, there's no point in even talking about it. But most of my trades are not small scalps like that. Most of my trades are bigger moves. Scooty, my good friend Scooty. So, but I never do gamble. I never do. I'm always practicing good risk management. So if I enter a risky trade, I understand the risk, I adjust my position size accordingly, and, it's all good in the hood. Shout out to Ian. Shalom, brother. Oh, Shoti, not Scotty. Okay, gotcha. All right, so one Moss is shorting. Rick James wants to know if I'm trading from the hood. Of course I am, guys. Of course I am. And all right, let's get into it. Shout out to Karen. Yeah, the chickens are great. They are great. All right, guys. So here we are on the old Bitcoin charts. Okay, the old Bitcoin charts. They're old. Okay, they've been around since, I don't know, a while. And it's very interesting just to see, in hindsight, how technically well Bitcoin respects certain levels. Just look at this, right? We're trading in this channel, the high to the low, to the high, to the middle, to the high, to the low, to the high, to the low. And then what do you know? We bounce. Look at where we bounce off of. We bounce off perfectly the trend line. And also, we bounce perfectly out of the golden pocket Fibonacci level. And then we get a bounce up, and what do you know? We reject perfectly off of the golden pocket Fibonacci level. It's interesting just to see how if we strip everything down, because if I put everything on my chart right now, we would not be able to see price action because of the number of lines. Just simple little things like this are so well respected. Now, of course, in hindsight, it's so much easier to see these kinds of moves happening. But right now, I am currently in a long position from down in this area, and I'm also currently in a short position from up in this area because of the fact that we were getting such strong resistance at this area here. And so yesterday, in the Discord, we were I missed the shorts. As many of you know, I missed all the good opportunities to short here. It was a weekend, and I was not trading, and I missed the first short, I missed the second short, so I've been counter trading these little pumps on the way down. Not the best position to be in, but it works. It kind of works, right? I had this little scalp here from one of the golden pockets. We got a little tiny pump, rejected right off the daily, whatever. Then the next big setup we were waiting for was this one down here at the at the trend line right here, with our first take profit being the weekly level at 32,285. We come down, we perfectly get a nice bounce off of here. This is the long position that I'm currently in. Last night I posted, hey, I'm long in this, I'm going to treat it like a scalp until we get above the weekly, which means I took profits. I took profits before we got to the weekly level. I wanted to guarantee a win. And I'm still in the trade, guys, because before I went to sleep, I did move my stop loss just below the 0.65. I know it was a little risky, but we were getting bullish momentum on the 4-hour. I didn't want to miss out. So I'm still in the long. My entry was 31,635, so it was a pretty good entry. And we got the bounce. We got the chickens were drinking water, right? The chickens were drinking water. In fact, if we go to the 12-hour time frame, look at this candlestick here, guys. Look at this candlestick right here, this giant purple candlestick right here. This is what we want to see to enter along. We want to see the chickens drinking water. And when I say chickens drinking water, what I mean is we want to see a massive dump. If we take a look at what happened here, we were holding support quite well at this this level right about here. This is kind of like a weekly level. We're holding support very well at this level. Then we have a massive dump, right? And when we get this massive dump, then what do we get? We get a very, very quick reaction, a very quick bounce to the upside. And I liken that to chickens drinking water, because if we go to youtube.com, if you guys have ever heard of a website called YouTube, we can go there and we can watch videos of chickens drinking water. And the way they drink, this is my favorite video right here, guys. I watch this video every day. Are you trying to be jacked? You trying to be shredded? You guys wish you were strong like these dudes? You guys want to be strong and jacked? Have all the girls looking at you? You want to get your life together because obviously being muscular makes your life so much better? Well, then listen to me. I have a beard. I used to look like this. Now I look like this. All I did was buy this guy's program. So, chickens drinking water, right? The way they drink is they dip their head down very fast, like that, and then they lap it up really quick with their beak. They dip it down real quick, and then lap it up. Dip, 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 dip. That's exactly what we want to see. If price is getting a massive dump, that happens very quickly. Check out how quick this dump actually happened, right? In this 1 3-minute candle, we went, and then you see a massive buy up like that, where we get like a bounce right off of. It can't just be any old dump, guys. It has to be a very important level. That's one of the big ways we can know it's time to enter a long. And there's other ways to know too. As we're coming down to this very important level, the 4-hour time frame is looking like it's about to print a green dot. Now I know money flow is coming down, which is why I'm not expecting the biggest move in the world here. In fact, if we lose this red line right here, I'm actually expecting us to come back down. I'm expecting us to come back down, right? Because we got a pretty hard rejection off of this 618 level. But if we're coming down to a key level that you have marked out on your chart, and the 4-hour time frame is looking like it's getting real humpy, okay? It's getting real humpy and lumpy down there. You guys not ever get lumpy and humpy down there? If it's starting to do that, right? If it's starting to do that, you know that there needs to be some kind of retracement. We can't just dump forever, guys, into a massive piece of support and expect that we're going to fall right through like a hot knife through a chunk of butter that's been sitting on your counter with no air conditioning for a week, okay? It's not going to be like that. We're going to have some kind of retracement there. We come to the 1 hour. Now, during the time that this candle actually came down here, we did have a bullish divergence on the 1 hour, okay? As we're coming down, we had not yet come down to this divergence is now invalid, by the way, on the 1 hour. We no longer have a bullish divergence, but as we were coming down, we were forming bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame, which again, the 1 hour time frame, if I see a divergence on the 1 hour time frame, I know we're going to get some kind of bounce from it. It's extremely important. And then we come down to the lower time frames, and you know, we do also see bullish divergences. We come to the 30-minute, we see bullish divergence. As we're coming down to the level, we see bullish divergence in the momentum waves, and we see bullish divergence in the money flow, right? We see the money flow coming up higher on the half hour as we're coming down with this massive dumperoo type candle, okay? And so that, you know, this is why I was so confident entering a long position, because of all the confluences that we had right here, all the confluences. And I'm still in the trade. It's a nice trade, right? The chickens were out. They were thirsty. I know they were thirsty. It was hot all day, okay? It was hot all day for those poor little chicksters. And then, you know, the lower time frames were not giving us as much confluence as we came down here, right? They were not. Like the 6 minute, nah. You know, you could say that we had the divergence from back here. You know, it wasn't, you know, the 6 minute wasn't too bad, right? We could see money flow turning blue as we're dumping, but really for me, the biggest things were those higher time frame divergences mixed with such strong levels of support. And those are the types of trades that we should wait for. I mean, you know, coming back to the 2 hour here, or I should say the 1 hour, you know, when we come to major resistance and major supports, right, down here and up here, and we see divergences on the 1 hour, that's how we know. That's how we know, guys, it's going to be good. In fact, if you're newer to trading, instead of wasting your time scalping and doing all this crazy stuff, just wait until price comes to an important resistance and prints a divergence. And if anyone doesn't know what a divergence is, because I've seen some confusion out there, divergences are where Market Cipher and price action are doing the opposite thing. So if you see price forming a higher high, especially if you see wicks, okay, wicks are such a good sign of price changing direction. If you see price coming up, look at the changes in price direction. You can see we're about to change direction based on the wicks. Why? Because buyers are trying to push the price up and sellers are rejecting them, right? It's like the story I always tell when I was in high school and I tried to ask that girl out, right? She was the resistance. She was the resistance. And I finally got the courage to come up to her, to come all the way up to her, right? And at first I came up and I couldn't do it. I was too shy, okay? So finally I gathered all my courage. I finally said, hey, will you hang out with me? She's like, no. Okay, so what happens here is we put in the higher high, right? And then momentum puts in the lower high. And that's how you know we're going to come down. And then the opposite is also true. Like, you know, like at the lows. Like when I asked Big Butts 28 if she would go out with me, right? She's currently my wife, so obviously she said yes. You know, so I finally got a girl, guys, to notice me after all these years. It's tough, guys. It's tough. I'm telling you. So when we're coming down to a support, right, and we see momentum doing higher lows while price is also doing lower lows, that's how we know we're going to get acceptance. Hey, Big Butts 28, maybe you would want to go to the park with me, right? Maybe we could hang out. Maybe we could go to Jersey City and watch some jazz band play, and then we can go out for pizza or something. Or maybe we can go to Olive Garden and get this pasta that's really stale and gross, and the chicken's kind of crusty because they cooked it in the microwave, but we don't care, right? Because we like each other. We got that synergistic thing going on, you know? We have a lot in common, right? So, you know, that's what you got to look for, guys. That's what you got to look for. And so right now, we're at a point of decision where there's two key levels that I think are going to determine the future of the price action for Bitcoin, whether or not we are going to see a move to the upside of this area here. And of course, there's resistances along the way, or we're going to get rejected and come back down. And if we do, we're probably going to lose this level, and we're probably going to break out of the channel, okay, that we've been trading in for quite some time. But first, I have to say, if you guys want to learn how to mark these levels, how to use Fibonacci, how to mark key support and resistance levels on the chart, how to use Market Cipher and understand it and find confluence, check out JasonCasperTrading.com, because this course will equip you with the knowledge and the skills that you need to become a confident trader. So that if you happen to see something like this, you're like, yeah, I'm along it right there. I'm along that right there, right? Or even if you see something like this, right? Long this right here, because we had our key levels. And even though it wasn't the best move in the world, it was still a nice 1% move, right? Still a nice scalp. And by the way, if anybody wants to get access to this private server where, you know, I post TA updates, we have a lot of awesome traders in here, a great community of very knowledgeable traders in here. You can become a Patreon at patreon.com/Jason Casper. But this course, and there is a discount in the description, right? We go through everything, the basic technical analysis, Market Cipher, how to understand and use it, right? You can't just open up Market Cipher and start long and green dots, right? That only works in January 2021. After that, you'll get wrecked, right? This will show you everything you need to know using Market Cipher, TA, creating and testing a strategy, very important. Risk management, very important. When you're done with this course, you will understand not only how to be confident in your trading, but also how to not lose a ton of money, how to be profitable over time. Of course, this is not financial advice, guys. If anybody happens to mistake this as financial advice, you know the drill. Not only will you lose all your Bitcoin, you'll lose all your Ethereum, your girlfriend will dump you, your boss will fire you, your car will break down, it's the transmission, it's way too expensive to repair, you have to get a new car. Do you want to shell out the money for a used car? Do you want to take out another loan? It's just, you don't want to get into that situation, guys. So this is not financial advice, okay? It's not. Just so everyone knows, it's absolutely not. So, let's talk about what I think is about to happen here. Obviously, we have our local resistance here at this 618 level, and we also have other confluences here, guys. This is not the only level. We have a level of resistance also right here. We can see, if we zoom in, that this level of about 32.5K, it has been a resistance for us, right? Wick up, wick down, wick up, wick down, wick up, wick down, wick up, right into the 618, wick down. Clearly, we have some intense resistance here. You don't get something like this unless people are really defending these levels. And now is, like I said, the moment of decision. Between these two lines, if we can come up and start trading above this 618, I really do believe we are going to see our Bitcoin. My wife was just laughing at me yesterday because I say we, as if like Bitcoin, we're all in like a sports team together. She was laughing at me. She's like, man, you say we like you're on a football team. And she was making fun of me because I always make fun of people for talking about sports teams like that, right? Because it's like, you're not playing the dang sport. And I told her, look, I am playing this sport. That's why I say we. I am playing this sport. I told her, Big Butts 28, hey, I'm supporting your livelihood with this sport, so I can say we. I put her right in her place. Shout out to Big Butts 28. She's probably, maybe listening. I don't know. And if you are, I guess we'll have to talk later, right? So, right here, we can see what is going to happen here. Well, first of all, this could be, right? We could look at this as a potential bull flag, right? We could look at this as a potential bull flag, in which case we will break out of it. You know, we got our flagpole from that trend line, and if we break out of the bull flag, that will put us at about 33.2K, which, by the way, we can just draw a line here and see this is a pretty intense level of resistance already, right? This was acting as our support and resistance here, our resistance here. We had strong strong support right here, and then resistance all the way through here, right? We were unable to break this level. So if we're trading, if this is a bull flag and we break out, then the first place that I'd look for a rejection is right about 33.2. And really, guys, my plan right now is this. Obviously, I'm in a short, and I've already locked in profits. I had 2 take profits already. My second one was down here at this 33.2 level. My stop loss is currently at my entry, which is somewhere up in here, okay? So I'm not concerned about getting stopped out of that trade on this stream. However, what I am hoping for is that we can start trading above these levels. 32.5 is a very important technical level. If you're in, well, if you know TA, or if you're in the Discord, you understand why it's such an important level. So if we can come above here and start trading above it, I do think we're going to see higher levels. And the first stop, in my mind, would be 33.2. Well, I shouldn't say the first stop. I have a lot of levels that I posted in the Discord, and other people are posting their ideas as well. But I think this is a significant level, I should say. This is a significant level. And, of course, if we come up here, above here, then, you know, there's no reason why we can't expect us to continue into this, the top of this channel. Now, it's interesting, look how well we're respecting these 2 levels, right? This is the decision point. What happens here will determine what happens now, in my opinion, right? My non-financial advice opinion, for the rest of the day. Yeah, very important resistance right here. If we're looking at Market Cipher, we do have a lot of momentum on the 4-hour. And guys, I would not really be looking for a serious short position unless Market Cipher was starting to look like this, right? Unless the VWAP starts to get a little bit less excited and comes down, okay? Or at least goes horizontal. That's where I would be taking a short seriously. We also want to look at the 2-hour. Okay, the 2-hour is starting to get a little horizontal here. So potentially we can start thinking we're going to lose steam eventually. But look, the 2-hour can get super horizontal and we can still get pumps. So really what I would want to see is I would want to see a very clear bearish divergence on perhaps, you know, the 12-minute. I like the 12-minute for entering real shorts that are not just a scalp. That's what I like, at a resistance. Or even better, a bearish divergence on the 1-hour. Who knows what's going to happen here, guys? Who knows? But those are just the types of things I'm looking for. Now, if we go to the weekly and we zoom out, we can see the fact that we are about to print the good old GD, right? The GD on the dubs. That's what I call a green dot on the weekly time frame. I call it the GD on the dubs. All right? That's where I grew up. That's what we called it. We called it the GD on the dubs. You spell it like GEE on the dubs. Okay. GDEE on the dubs, right? Okay. Right? You guys get that? You get that? Okay. Sorry, I digress. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm actually, believe it or not, I am going to be on today at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, PM. I'm going to be on Tom Crown's YouTube channel. right? The only way I know about this guy is through CryptoFace, because he was on CryptoFace's stream once, and we're going to talk about TA, and we're going to talk about some stuff, right? So check that out if you're interested. And he's more of like a macro kind of guy, right? And he trades a lot of altcoin, Bitcoin pairs. So different style than me, but definitely some really great content. Recommend you check him out. And also, guys, let's get the video likes up. Like, we can get the 500 likes. I really want to do that 0.025 Bitcoin giveaway. And shout out to Memory Man, who accidentally let his Market Cipher thing die. And yeah, that's not cool. I'm not going to show my face, Leroy. I'm not going to show my face, okay? The only people who know what my face looked like is Leroy Tan knows, and other people in my Discord know, right? Because sometimes I just share. Sometimes I just share what I look like. So it's important now to just understand the fact that on the weekly time frame, we can kind of see that we are forming some kind of descending wedge pattern, which we know is a bullish pattern, okay? And I know things look super bearish, but there's still that glimmer of hope. That glimmer of hope that this green dot, this GD on the dubs, is going to confirm. And it will pump us, guys. Absolutely pump the price of Bitcoin all the way up. I mean, if we just do some standard technical analysis here, that'll put us back up around 40K, right? So we could still be in a massive bear market. Bitcoin could be well on its way down to just $5, okay? But yet, if this pattern plays out, which is a powerful pattern, right? A powerful pattern on the weekly, we could really see Bitcoin come back up to the high of this range that we've been trading in since January. And of course, like I always do, like I'm known to do, boom, right? This is the range that we've been trading in from May 19th, right? The old January range where the highs are around 42, 43K and the lows are like in the high 20s, right? If this is an accurate pattern, Bitcoin's touching the 3-hour 21 EMA right now. If this is an accurate pattern, then it would not be surprising to see us come back up to this level. And how cool would it be if that happened? Not only would this give us an awesome opportunity to short, but then we could all have been holding this long from down here, or even I'm still actually holding a long from down here. So now I'm holding two longs in the hopes that all of a sudden Elon Musk will come out and the Y-cough pattern will play out, and all of a sudden we'll be on the moon, right? All of a sudden we will be on the moon because of Y-cough. And it's a question. It is a question, right? Why cough? Why? Why? We need to ask ourselves why. If we can answer the question why, everything will make so much more sense. Everything will make so much more sense. And that's why it's so important to learn technical analysis, guys. Because if you do know some TA, then you will have the answer to the question why. Why? I just want to know why. Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. You guys want to know why? I'll tell you why. The reason why is because, wow, this is looking pretty dang bullish. The reason why is simply because we came down to a very important level of support, which is, oh man, where did I pull that dang fib from? Right here. This is why we're getting the bounce, right? This is why. Is it whale manipulation? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a whale. I don't know what I am. I'm a farmer. I own chickens, okay? I'm out there in the dirt. I poop on my hands, okay? My wife yells at me because I get poop on her $150 rug in the laundry room, right? So, I don't know. I'm not a whale, okay? But here's the thing. I forget where I was going with this. I forget now. Man, I am digressing. We are currently above this 618. We are currently above the 618, guys. We're coming down for the retest, and something that is important to take note of is the fact that we have a bearish divergence forming on the 3-minute with this pump right here. It's bearish on the 3-minute, guys. Do you see that? Do you see this bearish div? We're coming up to a resistance. We are putting in a higher high and we're putting in a lower high. Now, of course, it's not confirmed yet, right? It's not confirmed yet, right? Definitely not confirmed yet, but we're printing it. We will know if this red dot confirms so low. What could happen is the 1 minute could give us another green dot, and we come up, and then this wave comes up and it prints a little bit higher. But for right now, this is called a bearish divergence. And let's see how price behaves here on this 0.65 level. Are we going to just sink right through? Like a knife through hot butter? A cold knife through hot butter? Are we going to get a little bounce? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. But here I am. Oh, and also I got the alert that we were on the 3-hour 21 EMA. So let's check that out too. So look at this, guys. I mean, the 3-hour 21 EMA, this is kind of acting as our resistance right here. Let's check out the 4-hour. Not quite touching it on the 4-hour, but 21 EMA is definitely good areas of resistance as well. Definitely good areas of resistance. And yeah, we're gonna have to really see what happens here. It looks like we might. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna come down a bit, guys. Just a bit. You know, we've got that divergence. Divergences are powerful. They're powerful. But I'm just so everyone knows, I'm not actually going to short this. Not right now. Maybe in a bit. But I'm currently not going to short this now. Wow, look at that though. Look at that, guys. So we're above this important level right here, 32.5. Now that we're above 32.5, if we can hold above 32.5, man, that's some good news. That's some good news for the bulls. Okay, the bulls are looking for higher prices, right? Because that's what bulls do. I don't have cows yet. If I ever did, I'm sure the bulls would be out there looking for higher prices. Okay, and I don't have bears, thankfully. But if I did, I'm sure they would be looking for lower prices. I'm sure they would. All right, let's pop into the chat here. Thank you, everybody, for liking the video so we can do the 0.025 giveaway. Yeah, we need... oh, man. Memory man. We need Elon to pass on. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum because people are talking about it. I only use EMAs. Uchimadara Da'ara'a. Oh, Skatefish is just here for Carl, right? Because the title of it is Bitcoin Bounce, Targets, Live Analysis, Q&A, and maybe some Carl from the Moon. All right, let's see. Do we have any Carl from the Moon? Yeah, we do. We got some Carl. What's going on, Carl from the Moon, bro? Hit me up, man. Let's collaborate, right? We could do some nice TA analysis together. We could make some predictions that could happen exactly as predicted, right? Yeah. All right, this is our daily dose of Carl from the Moon, CFTM. CFTM. People want to know how I traded before Market Cipher. I just used the standard, guys. I used the standard stuff. The RSI, the McDonald's, you know. But Market Cipher is much better than the McDonald's, I'll tell you. Much better than the McDonald's. I don't like the McDonald's and the RSI. They're okay, but they're not as accurate. Especially they don't have the money flow. The money flow is really what makes Market Cipher keen, right? It makes it keen. Because how are you going to know, like on the 30-minute time frame with the RSI, how are you going to know that the money flow is coming up, right? Or even on the McDonald's. I don't think you'll be able to know that. But this candle looks extremely not bullish right now, guys. This candle looks extremely not bullish. So, again, let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. This is a 30-minute time frame. We're getting a green dot. It looks like we could very potentially get that money flow crossover. All right, so Ethereum. Wow. Ethereum. This is my chart. I've got it all marked up still. This is my Ethereum chart. So let's see. Let's turn off some fibs here. Let's turn off some long positions. Let's keep some trend lines on. But really, you know, for Ethereum, this resistance right here, 1965. I always talk about the summer of 65 was one of my favorite summers. It was one of my favorite summers. It was the first time I broke through the resistance of asking out a young lady, right? Because usually what would happen is I would, get the bearish divergence and get rejected. But the summer of 1965, I tapped the resistance once, twice, and I came right through it, okay? And I came up to the next daily level, confluence with the trend line. So really, right now, this is, again, a point of decision for Bitcoin and Ethereum. If Ethereum can hold above 1965, then I think we're going to see higher prices, potentially back up to this daily or weekly level. Because we were trading in this kind of triangle thing, right? And this was a head and shoulders pattern. We got the shoulder, we got the head, we got the shoulder. We broke down out of this. This is something that I was keeping an eye on in the Ethereum channel here, right? The head and shoulders breaking down, coming to that key level of support. We lost it and we came down, and now we're currently back testing that, right? This is very important. Are we going to now come back into that or not? And if we don't, if we get rejected from it, right, then I think we're going to see lower levels, and there are supports before this big support here at 1750. But we can see 1750 is a very important support for Ethereum. It's extremely important. Look at this wick, right? The chickens were so thirsty down here at this level. This is a hot summer day. This level is a hot summer day. And your chickens had no water. You didn't know. They spilled the dang thing. And they were out all day with no water. Those poor chickens, right? By the time they come down to this area and you give them that water, whew, they are ready to drink. They are ready to drink. So really, Ethereum, I'd be looking, if we come up above here still, this trend line would be a resistance, the neckline of the head and shoulders. If we come above the neckline of the H&S, be looking for this nice area right here. Look at that confluence, right? There's a lot of confluence there, guys. A lot of confluence. So let me pop into the chat here. And we've got 471 people, only 178 likes. Man, I really do want to do that 0.025 Bitcoin giveaway. If we could just get a couple more likes on here, guys. Just a couple more likes, Just another 316 likes, I could do that, Let's see what we got going on in the chat here. Q Diddy says that market makers control the market. So somebody wants to know, how do I get the daily and weekly levels? You gotta draw them on the chart by looking at the price action. You gotta draw them on the chart by looking at the price action. If you want step by step how to get the accurate levels, check out jasoncaspertrading.com, because this goes into extreme detail. Extreme detail. I've gone into a lot of detail on the channel before. But this will step-by-step show you how to get the levels that you need to find those reactions, right? And also, more importantly, risk management, which if you have good levels, Market Cipher, and risk management, you're going to do all right. Even if you're not the best trader, you're still going to do all right. You're going to do all right. Now my Southern grandpa's coming out. Son, you going to do all right. My grandfather always tell me, son, it don't matter how much money you save every month as long as you're saving something. He would tell me that, because he's a smart guy. He understood risk management. He understood. He was an investor. He was high up in a company. He had that, what did he do? Right, he came from another country, and he worked hard, and he studied, and he learned English. Eventually ended up teaching English. Teaching English to people, which is funny because he never lost his thick Cuban accent. But he's teaching English to people at the public library. So they all learned English with a Cuban accent. And you know what else? I don't know. It's pretty crazy that what a great generation. My grandfather's 94. What an amazing generation of people, right? Can you imagine if like he was 20 when he came here. Can you imagine if your typical American 20-year-old went to another country, didn't know the language, had no education? What would they do? They'd cry. They'd be like, I need my safe space because I'm so offended. Right? Because the thing is, if you go to another country, right? If you're American, you go to another country, I'll tell you what you don't have. Well, no, I'm not gonna wax that way, guys. I'm not gonna wax that way. But the truth is, most people in my generation are not like my grandfather. Both my grandfathers. Man, some inspirational men, I'll tell you that much. Oh, man. Yeah, each generation is weaker memory, man, and it's all by design, right? They have us so comfortable, right? Oh, I need my air conditioning, and I don't want to get offended. You know? Yeah, seriously, though, T. Diddy, that's insane what's going on in Cuba right now. So Lucio Paneri says, Market Cipher keeps me losing. Divergences only works on trending market. Do you know what a divergence is? Because honestly, divergences work best. Well, I shouldn't say they work best. Of course they work best in a trending market. But you can use divergences to find those pivots, man. I'm telling you. Like, a divergence is not, just so everyone knows, a divergence is not just simply momentum direction, right? It's not just momentum direction. So if we're on the 3-minute, right, and you see something like this, where you see, let's say you see an anchor wave and a trigger wave, that's not a divergence. Just because momentum's coming up like this doesn't mean it's a divergence. A divergence is where momentum and price do the opposite thing. So, for example, right here, we can see that momentum's coming down, but price is coming up, right? And that was a divergence, and we did get a little drop there. But you have to understand, too, if we're trading sideways markets, it takes a little bit more finesse. You have to look at what the higher time frames are doing, right? If the 4-hour is looking super dang bullish, don't be trying to short on the 3-minute time frame for anything significant. Yeah, you could get, a nice, what was this? A 0.5%. That's a very good scalp. Don't get me wrong. But if you're looking for a big move, like, you have to make sure everything lines up. You have to go through the order of operations for Market Cipher. Let's see if I have it here. I don't have it here, guys. I don't have my order of operations for Market Cipher. Here it is. This is what we have to do, right? Do you want to find those divergences? You got to know how to mark out your chart. You have to have levels of support and resistance in sideways markets. Otherwise, you have no reference point from which you can take trades. If I do this, right, I don't know. I just have candles on empty space. There's no rhyme or reason to it. But if I do this, now look at this. I have areas from which I can look for a reaction. What do you know? Reaction here. What do you know? Reaction here, right? It gives you the framework. And then once price comes to your level, then you have to look at the higher time frames, right? To see, are the higher time frames overall giving you bearish or bullish signals? And if the higher time frames are giving you a clear direction, then you come to the lower time frames, and then you look for divergences in money flow and momentum, right? And you ask yourself, do I see them things? Do I see those divergences? And if the answer is yes, then you look for the reaction off the level, and then we take the trade. And again, if you want to learn this stuff, JasonCasperTrading.com, because we go into extreme detail on how to do this, especially trading in sideways markets. The sideways markets will show you whether or not you can actually trade, because if we're in a very extreme bull market, we can do things like the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy and make massive gains. Or if we're in an extreme bear market, we can do the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy and make massive gains. Or the 1-hour, 6-minute strategy, or the 50-minute, 5-minute strategy. But if we're in a sideways market, check this out. Check this out on the daily. Shout out to Crypto Yacht. Check this out, right? Look at the low volatility here in this downward slanting channel that we're in, right? This low volatility right here, we're eking out, a 1% move. This giant dump we just had was only like an 8% move. That's nothing. That's nothing, I mean, check it out. Like from the all-time high to the low of the first dump, that was a 54% move, right? It's interesting. I've noticed people get more like shocked and affected by like small moves, like the Elon Musk tweet that happened right here was like a 9% move. People are like, oh, I can't believe he manipulated the market so much. But then like we have a drop of like, 50%. And, people are like, yeah, it's a bad dump. But, nice. My dad is texting me. And everyone can see. That's cool. I should text him back. Tell him I'm doing good. I'm on a stream. I told him I'm on a stream. He said, oh, crap. Okay. It's all good, Pops. You the man. Shout out to my Pops. He's going to watch, he says. He'll watch the stream. Hey, Pops, if you're watching, shout out to you. Thanks for conceiving me that one time and raising me. Yeah, where would I be without that? So Ethereum coming above that daily. Bitcoin coming above that level, that crucial level that we need, right? The crucial level that we need of right about 32.5 down here. Yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. We will see what happens. I'm going to pop back in the chat here. Action camera, 24K. Oh man, this is hilarious. Uchiha Madara's MM Crypto. Guys, I was just taking a drive. Then I found this song, and then he plays Carl, exactly as predicted, featuring Casper. Produced by CryptoFace. That would be awesome. Robert Taylor says 17K, get ready, y'all. Yeah, maybe. Jason Potter, I'm still long, man. Still long. Why, are we dumping right now and I didn't notice? I mean, we do have this bearish divergence here, guys. We do have that BD, the bearish divergence. It always cracks me up when people like say BD and like BD for bearish divergence and bullish divergence, because it's like, well, which one? I don't know. They're kind of like the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Same acronym is what I mean to say. The same acronym. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like we I don't know what's going to happen here, guys. I really don't know. But there's definitely a lot of scalp opportunities here. Definitely lots of scalp opportunities. Hang on. What is going on here? Oh, okay. Yeah. Confirm. Just doing some stuff with my trades, guys. Got to lock in the profits. You know what I mean? Got to lock them in. So Akshay Haldipoor wants to know how to correlate the 1 hour with a 15-minute time frame before scalping. I don't know. Like, you got to... Wow. Okay. This is intense, guys. This is intense, actually. This is intense. This is an intense bearish divergence. I think I'm probably going to take a little short here. That's intense, guys. Do you see that? This is intense. This is a very intense bearish divergence. We got the wicks up here. I love the 12-minute, by the way. The 12-minute is a nice time frame to use. Yeah, wow, look at that. Yeah, look at this coming down here, guys. Whew. Yeah, if nothing, it would be a nice scalperoonie. Of course, up higher would have been a much better entry. But let's see what we get from this. This is a nice bearish divergence right there. Right in a golden pocket. Bearish divergence, 12-minute in the golden pocket. But the context is, guys, we have a lot of upward momentum. A lot of upward momentum, even on the 1 hour, right? We've got a momentum wave above the zero line for the first time since July 13th. So that's significant hold. All right, we got to come down to the 50-minute time frame. You know, let's come down to the 24-minute. 24-minute does not have the bearish divergence, right? 24 minutes looking bullish. So if we're gonna be trading on the lower time frames exclusively, guys, make sure you understand the context in which you are trading. Karen wants to know, do I grow squash? Do I grow squash, Karen? Do I grow squash? I will tell you the answer. Yes. Yes, I grow massive amounts of squash. In fact, right now, I counted my honey nut squash plants. I have so many. I have like, what's 12 plus 18? 30 plus another. I have like 45 honey nut squash plants growing right now. And I've got butternut squash growing. I've got acorn squash growing. I've got those pumpkins, the kind where the seeds don't have the shell, just the green seed on the inside. You could eat right away. So good. And also they have a lot of flesh, so you can make pie with them or can the pumpkin or just bake the pumpkin and eat it. Yeah, I grow lots of squash. Got lots of summer squash coming up too. Got zucchinis out there that I need to harvest. Yellow squash, delicious. Delicious. But really the winter squash is what we really grow, because that stuff will stay good over the winter. No spaghetti squash this year, unfortunately. But yeah, last year we had squash lasting us. We just finished our squash just like a month ago. Yeah, I'm all about the squash. Squash, potatoes, greens, amaranth. You could live off that stuff. I'm telling you, if you grow potatoes, squash, and amaranth, you could live off of that, because amaranth is a grain like quinoa. It's very high in protein. You can eat the leaf in a salad, and it's more nutritious than kale. It's a weed, basically, so it grows anywhere. It's a beautiful plant. Squash, high in nutrition, stays good over the winter. Potatoes, carbohydrates, vitamins, potassium, stays good over the winter. You could survive on just squash, amaranth, and taters. Crypto Yacht grows money. Oh, nice. Memory Man has butternut squash growing. That's the way to do it. And zucchinis. Action Camera doesn't eat carbs. Dang, man. Well, then, I don't know. I guess you must be like one of those Alaskans that survive on whale blubber. But for me, I eat carbs. Jay growing weed? Nah, I don't grow weed. I don't know what Rick and Morty is, to be honest with you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I love spaghetti squash. You know what? I just didn't have seeds this year. I did not have seeds, and I didn't save the seeds from last year. They went rotten. They grew mold. So, bummer. All right, guys, I'm actually going to have to cut this stream kind of soon, but I appreciate everyone for being here. I appreciate everyone who did like, even though we didn't get to our target of 500 likes. But we hit our first take profit, right? We got halfway there. We hit TP1 on the likes, moved the stop loss to the entry. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, okay, last words here. Yeah, I don't know Rick and Marty. I don't know what that is. I've heard the name before. People are like, yeah, it's like Rick and Morty, right? And I'm like, yeah, ha ha ha, yeah, ha ha, you're right. But I don't know what that is. Let's see what it is. It was a show on Adult Swim. Interesting. Well, you know what, guys? I don't watch TV. I don't have TV. I don't watch shows. I don't watch Netflix. I hate our culture with a passion, okay? And so I don't know who actors are. I don't know. I don't watch movies. I never really have. I never had time for that. Even when I was in high school, after high school, all I did was practice guitar all day, like 8 hours a day. I was obsessed with guitar. That's all I did. Didn't watch TV, didn't play video games, didn't do none of that, right? Always wanted to do something that would benefit me in life. So praise God that I never had the vice of TV, because that's an intense vice. I know some people, they watch TV like 3, 4, 5 hours a day. Can you imagine if they just took that time to learn something? It's crazy. It is crazy, guys. We live in a crazy, comfy world right? America's got diabetes and heart disease as a nation. That's what we got. We got clogged arteries. People can't move nothing because they're just sitting in front of the TV all day. Sorry, my southern grandpa comes out now. Yeah. All right. There's a scammer in here. Oh. Okay. I guess Thomas is a scammer. Oh, is he a scammer? I don't even know. So Kristen wants to know, do I have any tips for sweeping? Man, I shouldn't do this, but I do. I do have tips for sweeping. I have tips for sweeping. I do. I actually have an instructional video on it. Am I in a short right now? I am in a very small short position right here. Yeah. Yeah, because of this bearish divergence, I'm in a small short. When I say small, what I mean is I will enter a short with either 100% of the contracts that I usually enter with, 50% or 25%, and I adjust my risk management accordingly. But really, most of my position right now is currently long. In fact, I'm in 2 separate longs from 2 separate accounts. Yeah, sweep picking. I love sweep picking. I love it. They used to call me the janitor because all I would do was sweep, right? I would sweep all day. I would fall asleep at night. I'd wake up. It was good, guys. It was good. And by the way, guys, the TA is over. The TA is over. And I do pray, I pray that the Lord blesses each one of you in the name of Jesus the Messiah. And may the name of Yeshua be glorified. Amen. But, yeah, so if you're still here for the TA, guys, you can dip out. Because JS wants to know if I wasn't farming, could I live alone on Bitcoin trading? Well, I'll tell you this, I don't make any money farming at all. Okay, I spend money farming. Trading funds my farm. Yeah, I don't sell vegetables or anything like that. I just use it to live. And I give stuff away if I have too much. I give it away. I give it away to people who need it, right? You know, before our hens got broody, we could actually have 24 excess eggs a week. But now our hens are broody, and I don't know how to deal with it, man. They stop laying. You know what I'm saying? For a while, for like 3 weeks. Hey, shout out to TJB in the house. TJB. Thanks for being here. Am I a pentatonic guy or a cowboy chord guy or both? Oh, man, I don't know. Shout out to Murfish. Murfish, we're about to dip out of here. You know, I've got to take my family to the chiropractor today. You know, that's the way we stay healthy. We stay far away from them regular doctors out here. We don't trust none of them doctors out here. We go to the chiropractor. Right? That's how we do it. That's how we do it out here. NZAAA, been doing this. This is the 3rd year now. I've been out here on this place. My favorite dog breed has to be a golden retriever. Yes, befuddled toddler. I do. I just got the fake eggs. The wooden eggs. Yes, I got them like a week ago, but the hens are still not laying because they're sitting on the fake eggs. So what do I do for that? Yes, skatefish, I have fig trees. I do. And I love fig trees. Okay, so Jason Potter wants to know, how do I work out how to risk between 1 to 5%? Check out, guys, Kite Crypto calculator. This will help you. Kite Crypto calculator. Go to videos, I think. Yeah, this best tool for leverage traders. Check out this. I'll put this link in the description here. Let's see here. This guy, he's going to teach us how to trade. Are you tired of losing money? Well, I'm a 17-year-old kid. I'm going to tell you how I made $100,000 so easy. Anyone could do it with this simple business model, okay? You don't need to put any time. You don't need to put any effort. You don't even have to know anything. You don't even have to wake up. But with this simple strategy, this software will tell you exactly when to buy and exactly when to sell. Check out this video. Okay, there's a file in here. This is the calculator. It's an Excel sheet, and you can figure out all the leverage and all the stuff and all that. Shout out to Chef Khalil, who says the course is amazing. Shout out to Terry, whose last name I don't know if I can pronounce this correctly, but it says, "You inspire me. Just bought a farm and want to homestead. Just started trading 6 months ago." God bless you, Terry. May the Lord give you favor. May He have mercy and favor upon you in your endeavors as you seek His will for your life. Yeah, that bounce last night was nice, right? Shout out to Chef Khalil. Yeah, guys. Yeah, so. Okay, well, now that fewer people are here in the chat, I can post the video of me doing a sweep picking tutorial. Okay, so let's see here if I can find it. Let me turn off my screen real quick, guys. Just turn off the screen real quick. Let's see here. Dang, this is gonna let people know who I am, but you know what? It's okay. We have a small group today. All right, here we go. If anybody wants to learn how to sweep pick, check out this video. Shout out to Steve Watson. Thanks for being here, bro. Yeah, check out this video. And also, while I'm posting links in here, let me also post the discount for the course. And also, let me post a discount for Market Cipher. You can use this code, "The Chickens Are Thirsty." And also, let me post a link to the VIP Discord while I'm posting links in here. Boop. And also, let me post a link to Bybit. Why not? Yeah, if anybody doesn't have a Bybit account, it would help me out to use the affiliate link. But, okay, so, yeah, this video right here, this is the sweep pick lesson. I'm going to delete this right now. So, I hope people clicked on it. And, yeah, I don't want too many people seeing that stuff. But anyway, may the Lord bless all of you in Yeshua's name, and Lord willing, I will see everybody tomorrow.